Entering tonight's wrestling match with an overall record of 6-4, the UVU Wolverines will be dueling the nationally ranked Wyoming Cowboys. Will the Cowboys be able to stampede through this match, or will the Wolverines pounce on Wyoming? Join us next on UVU TV.
Welcome to the campus of Utah Valley University and Wolverine Wrestling. We're here tonight, excited about the match. We got the Wyoming Cowboys in town. I'm Sam Allen. This is Eric McAllister. We're going to be doing the play-by-play commentating. Now recently, Eric, we just got back from the Lone Star Duels, which is a nationally acclaimed duel tournament just for the teams to duel. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the Wolverines went to the Lone Star Duels and they wrestled well. The first match against Nebraska, which is a nationally ranked team, they won the first 4 matches, lost the last 3. They had a tough match with them.
Yeah, but we picked up wins against Citadel and who else?
Appalachian State.
Appalachian State, good teams too. We came out on top. Now we got upcoming duels. For those of you watching, we got upcoming duels against Boise State, February 4th, Air Force, February 11th, February 18th, we're going to University of South Dakota, and February 19th, University of North Dakota. Unfortunately, all those are away meets. We don't get as many home meets here as we want, but we'll get more here in the future. Now tonight, it's exciting. We got a powerful matchup between 2 powerhouse teams. Wyoming's got ranked wrestlers. UVU's got ranked wrestlers. Wyoming's got ranked wrestlers, and UVU's got ranked wrestlers as well.
That's right, Sam. Wyoming is ranked nationally as high as 22nd in some of the polls. Last year, when UVU met with Wyoming, they had some tough matches and lost very close individual matches.
Now, guys to watch tonight are from University of Wyoming. At 133 pounds, Tyler Cox, and 125 pounds, Michael Martinez. They're going to match up against 2 of our UVU's powerhouse wrestlers, which are at 133 pounds, Flint Ray.
We've got Flint Ray at 133 pounds. We have Ben Kjar at 125. Again, these are some of our best matchups this evening. These 4 wrestlers are nationally ranked. They're some of the best wrestlers in the nation.
So you guys can bet, all the viewers can bet that those matches, they're definitely going to be key matchups. Keep an eye on them. 125 pounds, 133 pounds. We're excited for the match tonight. Stay tuned at Utah Valley University, UVU TV. We're going to take care of you tonight.
At UVU is to provide quality, professional, and meaningful work experience for students while supporting their overall success at Utah Valley University. The UVU Student Employment Office is dedicated to serving students with a variety of meaningful work opportunities as a part of their university experience. Jobs are accessed through the UV Job Board. Positions include hourly on- and off-campus jobs, internships, federal work study, and the International Student Employment Program. Some of the services we provide are career assessment, internships, and job shadowing. We also offer mentoring services in interviewing skills, cover letters, networking skills, and job searching skills. The Student Employment Office hosts on-campus graduate school fairs, recruiting fairs, and job fairs in the fall and spring.
Come join the student section and cheer for the mighty Wolverines. Mighty Athletic Wolverine League sports passes are now available. Your mall pass gets you tickets to every NCAA home game, free food at the tailgate parties, prizes at the games, and lots of new friends. Get more information on their Facebook page or by calling Campus Connection at 801-863-8797. Go UVU!
Welcome to Utah Valley University, Shireen Athletic Center for Utah Valley University Wrestling. The Wolverines are taking on a tough opponent tonight, Wyoming Cowboys. I'm Sam Allen, and I'm here with Eric McAllister. We're ready to take you through all the matchups, tell you about the key components, and have a great time with you. So stay tuned.
Wyoming's coming into this match, Sam, nationally ranked. There are many nationally ranked wrestlers on both teams, particularly in the 125 and 133 weight classes. We have some top quality lineups.
Real tough matchups there between Ben Kjar, Michael Martinez at 125 and 133 pounds, Flint Ray and Tyler Cox from the University of Wyoming.
Willie the Wolverine is here.
We even have Willie the Wolverine here.
Willie the Wolverine's got a singlet on, Sam.
That's something you may or may not want to see. Now we're here, tell us a little bit about the matchup. University of Wyoming and UVU have had a bit of a history. They've dueled each other the last 5 years, so they've consistently been with each other. Tell us about the matchup.
That's right, Sam. University of Wyoming has always been a strong team in the Western Wrestling Conference. I think they're the top-ranked team in the Western Wrestling Conference right now. They met last year with the Wolverines, had a lot of tough matches individually. The Wolverines have been working. It should be a quality match to see how we line up and how it works out.
Here we go. We're doing introductions and national anthem. Two tough teams. Here's the national anthem.
Got me? You got me?
And he's playing his trumpet.
And in the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously. Let's look forward to
the wrestlers are lined up on the sides of the mat. We're going to call them out and introduce each other. They're going to shake hands.
Thank you. Okay, fans, it's time for tonight's matchups. We're going to start at 157 pounds from Wyoming, Jimmy Melville, sophomore. And from Utah Valley, Richard Winger, or after coach. At 165, number 6 ranked Shane Onifer, Jr. And for Utah Valley, senior Jeff Clark. For Wyoming at 174, Patrick Martinez. For Dallas Inns,
Number 6 ranked Shane Onifer.
for Wolverines,
At 174 pounds, Brad Darrington from Utah Valley University. From University of Wyoming,
For Wyoming, number 5, 5th ranked Joe LeBlanc, a junior.
Dallas Hines.
At 184 for the Wolverines, Casey Eldridge.
Jason Eldridge at 184 for the Wolverines is wrestling Joe LeBlanc, who's ranked 5th in the nation currently. LG held big. Wyoming has 2 wrestlers coming out. That means Utah Valley doesn't know exactly who's going to wrestle in the dual meet. Trevor Rupp is wrestling for Utah Valley. He's a freshman from Idaho. Matt McLaughlin is the heavyweight for Wyoming. Just recruited from Idaho. He came in just this semester in January to Utah Valley. We have Christian Denny. He's a freshman.
Here's one of the key matchups for tonight, 125 pounds.
Ben Kjar from Utah Valley, Matt Martinez from Wyoming at 125 pounds. That's one of the night's best matchups.
Matchup here, Flint Ray up against number 18th ranked Tyler Cox. These are going to be some awesome matches. 141, Justin Morrow, senior. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is senior night. We got senior night for Justin Morrow, Ben Kjar, and Flint Ray.
It is at 49, we have Josh
149.
Wilson. And who is it from Wyoming?
From Wyoming, number 19th ranked Cole Dallasera.
Wyoming has a lot of nationally ranked wrestlers in this duel. Now the captains from both teams are meeting in the center. They're shaking hands. They're getting instructions from the referee if he has any input to give them. And we're about to get this duel underway. An interesting thing about tonight, these seniors are Ben Kjar and Justin Morrow's freshman year, where the first year head coach Greg Williams started the program. It's fun to see some of the growth and to see how the program has changed over that time while Justin Morrow, Flint Ray, and Ben Kjar have been here.
Now, for those of you tuning in, we got Richard Winger up here first. He's just a sophomore. Recently got home from a LDS mission, and I know him. He's a buddy of mine. He's excited to make an impact, step out on the mat here.
It's a tough thing for these return missionaries to come home from their mission and get back into wrestling shape. Now the match is underway. Wyoming has a quick 2-point takedown.
Quick 2-point takedown. Little shuck by there, keeping him down. He's
Wyoming's
fighting
going
here.
for the cradle.
Tell me, McAllister, how do you keep your mind in the game when you get a takedown like that so early in the match?
Well, it really comes with experience, I think. I think early wrestlers would give up. They think they're down on points, but Richard's an experienced wrestler. I'm sure he's thinking the match isn't over. He's working hard. He's trying to get off bottom here so he can work on getting more points.
Looks like Wyoming wrestler here, Jimmy Belleville, got a good move here, a cradle. Looks like one of his go-to moves right off the bat. He's working for that. Richard Winger's doing a good job though, defending that all along. We got 2 minutes left in the first period with about 57 seconds of riding time. Score is 2-0 for Wyoming. Oh, pulling him over.
He's pulling him. Richard trying to break that lock.
To a near fall. He's working on breaking that.
See, Jimmy Belleville has Richard Winger's knee there. Richard's knee has a knee brace on. I wonder how much that's hurting him. Ref calls it with a stalemate.
Nothing much happening there. 3 points near fall for Wyoming. Richard Winger, UVU, is down. Wyoming comes on top. Referee starts him.
Richard, quick switch. He's onto his feet.
Got a 1-point escape for UVU.
Two wrestlers fighting on their feet for hand position. Richard pushing on Jimmy's head.
Now, you know, these guys, wrestling styles in college, it differs from team to team. Explain to the audience some of UVU's philosophies when it comes to wrestling.
UVU's philosophy is just to go in there and grind, pound hard, move the guy, work 7 minutes hard. You can see Richard here fighting for hand position, fighting for head position. He's really trying to wear Jimmy out, and a lot of these college matches, they're won in the third period. He's trying to break Jimmy down.
As you can see, both wrestlers fighting for hand position, head position. You young wrestlers that are looking at that, that's one of the most important parts of wrestling. Richard gets a little scramble there. They're both fighting for a takedown here. Got 2 points takedown, Richard Winger from Utah Valley.
Richard the 2. That's well fought by Richard. He's working for a reversal.
You know, these scramble situations get exciting.
There's only 10 seconds left. Richard's trying to hold it on without. The ref calls it there. You can see Richard's knee is bent quite hard to the side.
Referee calls it potentially dangerous when what, Eric?
It's really up to the ref's call when he sees a knee or a shoulder or something happening that could potentially hurt the wrestler.
Let's hold him down. And Richard Winger's able to hold him down for the remainder of the first period. Green's choice. Green defers. Red's choice. Red chooses down. Wyoming chooses down for the second period.
The score is 5-3 for Wyoming. Now here Richard is trying to hold him, get back some of his riding time.
Gets on top, a little high, got a leg in.
In college, it's a little different than high school riding time. If the wrestler's in control for a minute more or more than that than the other wrestler, he gets a point. So it's important how long you stay in control.
Wyoming scores a reversal, quick reversal there. Got Richard at in a what we call a navy. His legs split. He's got to crawl forward, get his knees to the mat so he doesn't get turned here with some tilt.
Richard bottom out, working to build his base. Jimmy keeping good pressure into him.
Now Jimmy is a sophomore, young one as well. You can expect to see him competing for Wyoming coming up through the years as well. Wyoming's got a decently young team. This year they only have 3 seniors, which means they're going to return a good portion of their starting lineup from tonight's match. You'll see a lot of them for next year.
All of them will be returning.
Well, Richard, a little bit of a set out, working to come around, get a reversal. See what happens here with this.
He was good at hanging on to those legs in the scramble position. He's not going to give it up if he can't.
35 seconds in the second round. The ref decides to stop it. We're going to go back. Richard Winger will be down. Jimmy Belfield from Wyoming on top.
There's 34 seconds left in the second period. Richard up in his tripod position. Trying to keep his balance.
Sit out. Now, what's this kind of deal? You get down to the last few seconds. You're trying to hold on. You're trying to score. Looks like he's working for something here.
Now, Jimmy really is wearing Richard out here. He's stretching the leg out. He's pulling on the arm. It's putting a lot of strain on Richard. You know, they both know there's not a lot of time left in the period, and maybe Richard's thinking he's got a third period. But here he goes. Almost a reverse. That was very close.
Now, we call that headhunt.
Headhunt. That's right.
When I wrestle, someone's drooping their head down too low. You reach up, snatch that head. You can pull them under, and unfortunately for Wolverines, time ran out too quickly. Richard Winger for the third period chooses down.
Good effort. Score 7-3, third period. Richard's down. Jimmy has 2 minutes and 20 seconds riding time.
Coach Williams yelling from the side, saying, "Keep moving, keep moving." It's important. It's important that once you get that first move off the bottom, you keep some momentum going, or it's easy for someone to just grind you down.
That's right. You got to do one or more. You got to do 2, 3, 4 moves till you're out.
Yeah, and it is. They call it chain wrestling for nothing, you know. We got Richard Winger with an escape. The score is 4-7 with 1:26 left in the third period.
Jimmy had a good shot there. He's got another scramble position with Richard. Richard is looking a little tired. He has been out for some of this season with that knee injury. It slowed him down maybe a little bit. I'd be curious to see how it's feeling
down.
for him.
Jimmy lets Richard go. Richard scores an escape. The score is 5-9 for Wyoming with 1 minute left in the third period. Got some tie-ups, some hand fighting here. You can tell as you get into the third period, the conditioning is important on both wrestlers' part.
Absolutely. Richard, you can tell Richard's tired. Jimmy's even a little slow in some of his stretches.
Jimmy scores another takedown here. Referee calls a stalemate. Not a lot going on, so they decide, hey, we're going to give you guys a fresh start. 38 seconds left. Jimmy cuts him loose, lets him go. Richard scores 1 point escape.
For Richard to pull this, he's down by 5. He needs a big move.
Quick shot there.
Jimmy with another good shot. He's
goes so far all the way under.
That's right. Been doing that all night.
Scramble position here. Richard's kind of holding on. Referee calls a stalemate with 14 seconds left in the third period. The score is Wyoming 11, UVU 6.
Jimmy's still working hard. Even though he's ahead, he's trying to get team points for the team. If he gets ahead by 8 or more points, it's a major decision, which makes a 4 team points as opposed to 3.
Richard Winger holds on to not give up that that major decision, but unfortunately loses.
You can see
Richard, you know, kind of got out on a bad start. We started off, he got taken down right away, and that sometimes gets in your mind, so it makes it a little difficult. Up next, we have a little powerhouse here, Jeb Clark, senior. Excited to watch him go up against nationally ranked number 6, Shane Onifer.
Shane Onifer is undefeated so far this year. He's 20-0. Stay tuned for an interview with head coach Greg Williams just after the game. Following his interview with the player of the game, brought to you by Costa Vida. Costa Vida, eat well, live inspired.
Costa Vida. That's good stuff, huh?
That's good stuff.
Jeb Clark sitting here getting warmed up. Shane Onifer, he's also getting warmed up. Junior from Wyoming. Jeb's a senior. You could expect a good matchup here. Last year they matched up well. Tell us a little bit about this matchup.
Well, Jeb Clark is a tough kid. He has a different style than a lot of wrestlers have seen. He can get in there in some scrambles that people aren't used to. You know, Shane Onifer, he's tough. He's done very well. This is going to be a good match. Jeb's been right in there with matches with top nationally ranked kids. It could go either way.
And here we go. Jeb Clark against Shane Onifer. Again, you see these guys that get right out, hand fighting, getting head position, hand position. And Jeb does. Jeb has a unique style, which I think makes him great. Referee stops.
And for his headgear falling off there.
Headgear coming off here. Both wrestlers. There we go again. Got some pushing and pulling. The pressures you create actually open up opportunities for to score points, right?
That's right. That's what they're trying to do here. They're moving around, they're pulling, they're fighting for position. They're paying attention to what does what to the other wrestler, and they'll remember that and capitalize on it later in the match.
Wyoming's coming in with a record of 6-4. Recently, you know, all of their losses though have come against other ranked opponents. So Wyoming's, I mean, I don't think their record really shows it, but they got a decent team that they're battling with. Some of their losses include they lost to Cal Poly, which is another ranked team, tough team. They also, like UVU, Utah Valley University, they lost to Nebraska. UVU just got back from the Lone Star duels, had 3 matches, won 2, lost 1. That's a good showing.
I think Wolverines are happy with that showing. They didn't have their full starting lineup, few injuries, bangs and bruises here and there.
Again, we still got this battle for position here. Outside shot. Jeb Clark easily puts a hand down there. Oh, reshot there. Onifer gets a deep high crotch, but here goes Jeb's kind of funky style. He's kind of
this is where Jeb is
no
good.
takedown yet.
I think they have Jeb Clark down, and he scrambles. He keeps hold of that ankle, he twists around.
No points yet. No points yet. We just got a scramble situation here.
I've seen matches where Jeb wins this position many times.
Yeah, and that's just it. I mean, I've been able to get in and wrestle with the guys every once in a while, and Jeb, he is one that his scramble position is probably one of his strongest points. Nice shot by Jeb.
Excellent shot.
Scoops that up. He's got that high C high up in his armpit.
Fighting it, Jeb's trying to get that up high, get good control of his ankle. Onifer fighting.
Oh, he loses it. He loses it. That was a good job by Onifer.
Excellent effort by both wrestlers.
Onifer's got a front headlock here. No points yet. Jeb went for a standing Granby, which is a tough move to maneuver.
It was tough, you could see.
Got a little flat on it. Onifer scores a takedown with 19 seconds left in the first period.
Onifer stopped him right there. Imagine that knocked the wind out of Jeb a little bit.
We're coming down to the end. We're coming down to the end of the first round. 2 seconds. Onifer up 2-0 over Jeb Clark from Utah Valley University.
2-0.
Now UVU, good fought match here with this takedown. Onifer gets behind, Jeb tries a standing, what's called a standing Granby, which is just a pretty elusive escape move. Doesn't work. Second period is off.
For all UVU students interested in supporting Wolverine athletics, become a member of MAL. MAL members enjoy free admission to all home sporting events and receive discounts at many local businesses. Become a member at Campus Connection for only $5. Join the MAL today.
Shane Onifer from Wyoming chooses down in the second round. Jeb's able to hold him down for a little while. Onifer scores an escape. Score is 3-0 for Onifer from the University of Wyoming. Now we're back to this cat and mouse kind of hand fight, head fight game. This is where you could really wear a guy out, pull him down, move him around. Oh, he snapped, good snatch right there for a single leg.
Looks like Onifer's pretty comfortable on his knees. He wrestles quite low.
Well, and that's really what gave him opportunity. Both wrestlers were down low. He able just to snatch that ankle right up for that single leg takedown. Onifer's now up 5-0 over Jeb Clark from Utah Valley. Now they're near the edge of the mat. Tell me about wrestling on the edge. I mean, if you're a guy on top, you want to keep him in, or you want to get a fresh start?
I think it depends on the wrestler himself, where they're at. I think right now Onifer's happy to get some riding time. He's happy to wear Jeb Clark out. He'd probably rather have it stay in.
Well, we're out of bounds. We're coming back to the middle. Jeb Clark from Utah Valley University down 0. Shane Onifer from Wyoming up 5. 44 seconds left in the second period.
Interesting about Shane Onifer, on December 21st, the week of, he was the Western Wrestling Conference Wrestler of the Week.
That's a pretty prestigious accomplishment, get the Conference Wrestler of the Week. You usually get that by achieving something, right?
That's right, winning tournaments, which he's done. He's gone undefeated so far.
Onifer's got a power half, which is a real tough situation for Jeb. Got him stretched out. Short time, there's 6 seconds left. Jeb's gonna try and hold on here.
Onifer really working that shoulder, Jeb.
Nothing yet.
Power half.
No near fall.
Here in the match, we have Onifer ahead by 5. Jeb's been ridden. Onifer has 1 minute 9 seconds in riding time. Looks like Jeb is choosing down here for the third period.
Onifer's got a 1:09 riding time, which isn't much if you can hurry and turn the tables. But if you stay down too long, that's going to really catch up with you. You lose that point at the end of the match. So Jeb, again, fighting here as best he can from Utah Valley against Shane Onifer from the University of Wyoming.
Onifer has had a tough leg ride all through the second period, and that
really
wears on the wrestler. Really wears the person on bottom out when you're getting leg ridden.
Jeb, again, trying for that head hunt, trying to pull the head. Here goes this power half. Now, this is, for those of you watching, you got the leg right on and a power half. This is one of the moves that just really can stretch a guy out, tweak him out. So Jeb's doing his best.
I have sore back and sore neck still from being put through that move.
Those of you who wrestle know what we're talking about here. We've got a warning for stalling against Jeb Clark from UVU. Referee tonight doing a good job keeping guys active. Again, fighting here. 50 seconds left in the third period. Score is 5-0 for Shane Onifer from Wyoming. A little scramble here.
They've got reversal. Reversal. 30 seconds left.
It's a short time here.
Crowd cheering here.
Goes for a cradle. He kind of bellies out. Now, the ref's got to probably do something here because it looks like Onifer is just wanting to play it safe.
Jeb is down by 4 with riding time. He has to do a big move. Catch up.
Short time, 10 seconds left. Jeb's doing everything he can to score some points for Utah Valley University. Onifer from Wyoming scores a reversal at the end there.
Good effort by Onifer.
Wyoming wins this matchup 7-2.
That puts Wyoming University ahead 6-0 ahead of the Wolverines.
We're going to commercial now. Stay tuned. Sixth in the nation, Shane Onifer from the University of Wyoming. Started off pretty good battle. They were battling back and forth in the first round for head position, hand position, you know, but he fell down in that first round, got a takedown, ended up with a final score of 7-2. Wyoming is leading the team standing 6-0. We're on to one of our powerhouse wrestlers, Brad Darrington from Shelley, Idaho.
Brad Darrington,
Patrick Martinez, a freshman.
Brad Darrington's coming to this match 15-8. He was an NCAA qualifier last year. One of the 3 first NCAA qualifiers for Utah Valley University.
Well, and that's the exciting thing to watch is as UVU is growing, their program is growing. There's not many people that watch UVU now and say, who's UVU? A lot of people are starting to notice. Western Wrestling Conference. We've had a bit of a turnaround. Wyoming's done a great job the last few years with new coach Mark Branch. They're night and day different almost. But you know, UVU we got 3 ranked wrestlers or 3 national qualifiers, I should say, 2 ranked wrestlers, and we could expect to hopefully have some more this year with the tournament.
That's right. Several more wrestlers who are ranked who expect to go to nationals and do well.
We got both wrestlers here from the University of Wyoming and Utah Valley University fighting for hand position, pushing and pulling. That's an important aspect of the match. Pressure's created. Shot. Darrington in on a shot. Oh, got a tweaking in the knee there. We got to have the ref watch that, but nothing yet. 2 takedowns. Good scramble.
Good scramble. They go out of bounds.
They go out of bounds. Nice scramble there. You know, as you watch college wrestling, you know, for those of you who are familiar with high school wrestling versus college, you're just not going to see anything given up easy. Everything is hard fought. Every takedown, even what we just saw, Brad got a good shot, but Martinez wasn't going to give that up anytime soon.
He wasn't going to give it up easy. Here we've got Brad riding Martinez hard. Patrick Martinez is coming to this duel 18-12 so far this year. He's taken 2nd at the Northwest Open, the Cowboy Open. He's taken 3rd at the UNK Loper Open.
So you know, we got a lot of matches. I think when you talk about a season, the development you can have in a season is oftentimes correlated with the matches you're able to get in, and probably most importantly, the level of competition. Like I was saying earlier, the Western Wrestling Conference, they got some decent teams.
They really do. Northern Iowa, it's always a
tough
recognized team. Air Force has improved more and more. They're a tough team.
We go out of bounds, so the ref brings them back into the center. Brad Darrington up 2-0 over Martinez from Wyoming. Fighting here. Martinez scores a quick escape with 48 seconds left in the first period. Got some hand fighting here. Little fake shot there. Brad puts his hands down to block that out. As the time runs down, we got guys buying to see if we can extend the lead or take the lead, and I think that's always important. Is that you're never sitting on your laurels waiting for what's going to happen next. You always want to be grinding in there, pushing.
Right, you gotta work
shot there.
Good shot going out of bounds by Martinez. Brad switching around. Good shot defense by Darrington.
Good job there. Martinez back in the center. Brad's taking his time. 12 seconds left in the first period.
Coach Williams there telling Darrington to keep working. Don't let him get his tie up.
I always tell wrestlers that I coach, if you're not tying someone up and you're getting tied up, then chances are you're going to be getting scored on. And I think that's important. That's why hand fighting and position is so important. We got a replay here. Brad Darrington with a nice shot defense.
Darrington.
Second period, Brad Darrington chooses down. Goes for a stand-up. Little scramble situation here. Brad's switched it on him. And on a single leg position there.
He's coming out, fighting for the hands.
One escape, Brad Darrington, Utah Valley University.
1 point escape, Darrington.
It's tough here, front headlock position. Keep your head down.
It's tiring to sit there. Get your back worked on, your neck. There's a lot of things Martinez can do from here. UVU Sports can now be found on Facebook. Search for Utah Valley Wolverines and become informed of the latest and greatest in Wolverine athletics. Become a fan today.
So, those of you watching online, I know there's some viewers online, just go to your Facebook page real quick, join the UVU Wolverine fan page. You're not going to regret it. It keeps you up to date on all that's going on with UVU wrestling. Here we go again. We're battling here.
Brad doing well, turning around, making that shot his, going out of bounds.
You know, you get on the edge of the mat, and oftentimes the ref wants to say, okay, well, what's going to go on here? We got to pushing him out. Brad does a good job turning his butt to the center of the ring, and he's the one that actually gets the shot on out. Great job by Brad, going from kind of a defensive to a quick offensive position, letting the referee know, hey, I'm in business. Shot by Martinez. I think he had 2 take there, Martinez.
Brad's leg caught there. He's fighting to get his hips square, so he's not getting turked over there by Martinez.
That's a tough position. You get a takedown, and you get a leg hooked. You got to just crawl forward. You got to get those knees down to the mat. We're in the second period with 24 seconds left.
Match is tied at 3-3. Team score 6-0. Wyoming leading. Darrington fighting to get his base underneath him so he can work back up.
That leg gets caught, it makes it tough. Short time now, the end of the period. Score is 3-3. Brad Darrington from Utah Valley doing his best to pull off a win, bring the team standing closer. That's what we want. We want a good match here tonight.
Martinez chooses down. Darrington asking for an injury timeout with his hand on his shoulder.
YouTube by visiting the official website of UVU Athletics,
We have an injury timeout for Darrington. Both coaches speaking to their wrestlers.
You never know what that could be. Whether it's a little tweak, you know. We're going to commercial here. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
The material. I had a marketing.
Brad had a little short injury timeout, just needed to get a little tweak worked out, but we're back.
To recap what we missed on the break, Martinez had a quick escape. Martinez is currently leading 4-3.
Martinez in on a shot, but Brad's scrambling well here. Let's see if he can hold off an attack here by moving. You know, a big part of even when you get in a scramble position that you just keep moving.
That's right, you never give up. You'll see these top quality wrestlers, they just don't give up any points. They keep fighting and fighting.
Now Brad Darrington also, he took I believe he took the week off from strenuous practice. He had an injury, so you can see that a little bit of shape is coming into factor here. We've got a stall warning.
What do you think it is?
Referee saying, hey, we want to keep you going.
You can see Brad's knee is taped. It really takes a toll. You take a week off, you lose a lot of cardio to stay tip-top shape for these wrestling matches.
Well, what you want to do too is you want to make sure that you're letting your body heal, and that's the biggest thing for teams is keeping guys healthy for what is a long season. I mean, wrestling's a 6-month-long season in college, so you're going from September, October time all the way through to March, and then if you're going to wrestle after that, you got an even longer season. So. Doing our best here. 45 seconds left in the third period. Darrington down by 1. Score is 4-3. Martinez from Wyoming's up. We got a battle going here. Obviously, Brad wants to score this takedown, solidify the win.
Both wrestlers getting excited.
Got a
With
shot.
25 seconds left. Darrington down by 1.
He's going.
He's working. Reshot.
19
out of bounds.
Seconds left, out of bounds. Two almost takedown attempts right there. Just a duck under, a quick duck under from the bottom position. He almost had it right there.
This is where it counts right here. This is where conditioning comes into play. Both wrestlers, Brad with a shot. Driving to finish. 2-point takedown, Brad Darrington. 8 seconds for Martinez to escape. Darrington holding him well. That's a win. That's a win for Darrington. That's a big win.
That's a great job. You know, we talked about this. Big part of wrestling is being able to stay mentally focused all the way through, even to the end of the third. Watch this takedown, viewers. We're going to get a replay here.
We had a close match between Brad Darrington and Martinez from Wyoming.
He knew time was short. Shot, he understands he got a double leg, and this is willpower right here. He just drives up through, steps up, scores a nice takedown.
You see both wrestlers tired as can be, no oxygen in their brain, their muscles, and it looked like Brad just wanted a little bit more right there.
And you see Martinez there, his head goes down, he knows he's got beat.
He didn't, he knew it was over.
That was a good job though, Brad gets up, he's stoked. That was a good job. Score now, team score. UVU 3, Wyoming 6 for some Western Wrestling Conference wrestling. Exciting stuff going on here at Utah Valley University.
And the Wolverine as well as some other athletic fans throwing shirts to some of the fans.
That's right. When UVU wins, the crowd wins too, huh?
That's right. They get excited. We're building a solid fan base here at
And for those of you watching,
UVU.
whether you're watching at a broadcast at a later date right now, or whether you're watching online, UVU wrestling matches are a ton of fun. You can come. We have a huge reception here in Utah. A lot of people are excited about wrestling, about moving the program forward, and that's just it. It all comes with some support. So we need your support. Come on out. Case and Eldridge up for Utah Valley University against ranked Joe LeBlanc from the University of Wyoming.
Joe LeBlanc is an All-American. Case and Eldridge is a senior. Our last home duel was his hometown hero night. Two tough, athletic individuals.
Little scramble here on the edge. LeBlanc sucking it in. He wants to keep the match going inbounds. The referee will let it go for a while right there on the edge, but if the feet come out, the ref's gonna call it. Out of bounds. Out of bounds, no takedown. We're back in the center. Casey comes back in. Quick shot by LeBlanc for a takedown. Ties up the legs, crawls up the body.
2 points.
Right away to a collar tie or a claw. That's what I call it, the claw. Keep the head down. Work for hand control.
Keeping a lot of weight on Kaysen. Utah Valley Athletics is now on Twitter. Go to twitter.com/WolverineGreen to see the latest tweets about your favorite UVU athletic teams.
And you want to keep up on that.
You do.
Those of you guys doing the tweeting and the texting and the Facebook posts, you're going to keep up with it.
It really is exciting. It really keeps going to university fun to be a part, to see how well our teams are doing.
Well, it's no doubt UVU has a good athletic tradition. We wanted to build on that. But the wrestling team here, as far as national qualifying and national competing, we're the top program here at UVU. Is that right?
We really are. We've had some big wins against some nationally ranked teams, and we're one of the top programs. We're doing better and better each year.
And that's just it. You want to grow. You want to build every year. That's the philosophy. We're Greg Williams' 6th-year coach at UVU, and he's done a good job getting the right people on staff and coaching the wrestlers the right way. Kaysen's out on the edge, gets an escape, quick escape. Ref calls him out. So Kaysen Eldridge, 1. Joe LeBlanc is 2 with a minute left in the first period. Got a hand fight going here.
Joe LeBlanc is 14-1 so far this year. He's taken first at the Reno Tournament of Champions.
That's a pretty strenuous tournament there.
That is a tough
Russian
tournament.
tie here. Casey's posting up on the head. Want to get that arm back. Nice shot by LeBlanc.
Good shot by LeBlanc.
Takes that pressure from the head. Ends up sweeping that inside leg, just that inside trip, and does a good job. Takes Kaysen down. Score is 4-1 for Wyoming.
Kaysen working to build his base to get out and be able to work some moves of his own. Blanc is riding hard on top. A lot of Wyoming, you'll see them using their leg ride. They use their leg ride well, and if you're on bottom, they work you hard.
Well, that's it. I think, you see coaching styles come from the coaches. So I think you see that leg ride style comes from new coach Mark Branch. I think he's in his 3rd year at Wyoming now, doing a good job. LeBlanc riding tough here.
Kaysen working to get out. We have a stall warning against Kaysen Eldridge. LeBlanc really tweaking that shoulder, Kaysen.
Well, that's the thing. The ref, he wants to see action. He's gonna push you. That's the end of the first round.
I like that when the refs keep things moving.
Well, that's their job. I mean, you want to keep things going. Replay here. Nice inside trip off that Russian tie. LeBlanc scores a sweet takedown. Second round, LeBlanc chooses down. Kaysen Eldridge lines up on top. Here we go. We're in the second round. LeBlanc 4, Eldridge 1.
LeBlanc with an escape.
1 point escape, LeBlanc.
Did that pretty quick, pretty easy. You want to keep your head in the game, even though we know LeBlanc's a national qualifier last year, All-American last year, ranked this year. You still want to keep your head in the game. I mean,
with the crowd calling for 2, LeBlanc stretching to keep his foot on the mat. The ref doesn't call it.
Not enough there.
To find out more about your UVU men's wrestling team, be sure to visit wolverinegreen.com, where you can find team stats, photos, and a complete schedule.
wolverinegreen.com, you're going to see it all. Whether you're a fan of wrestling or any other Utah Valley University sports, you'll get it there. Nice shot by Kaysen. Got his head down, though.
Blanc
get
working
that head down. A little Blanc hit bumping right there. Spins around, gets a takedown. Score is 7-1 for LeBlanc. Again, right away to the grind on those hand wrist rides. Makes it tough, real heavy.
LeBlanc has ridden Eldridge hard. Eldridge wants to spend as little time as possible on bottom.
We're up to 2 minutes of riding time now. Referee calls him out. We're coming back in for a fresh start, and that's a good time. That's a good time to kind of recoup in your mind. If you're a UVU, Kaysen Eldridge is going to get his mind right.
He's going to reset. He's going to go into this as hard as he can right here and now.
Gets him moving. LeBlanc right away going for these wrist rides underneath. Claw. Referee goes ahead and says, Kaysen, you got to move more. Gives a stall penalty point to the University of Wyoming's Joe LeBlanc. And tell me about some indicators. You got indicators of when when a guy is perhaps not doing as much as he could or should do? What are those?
On bottom especially, you'll see the guy with his head down. You know, you see the guy working something. The guy on bottom has his head down.
He's got LeBlanc scoring some near fall right here just with the tilt. But you said you'll see a guy.
You'll see him with his head down, maybe not trying to work up to his base. He's flattened out. There's not a lot the top guy can do. The ref's going to look at that to see that there's not progression. The bottom guy's not trying.
We're into the third period here. Right here, watch this tilt. Nice tight waist tilt. Got a wrist ride, just holding the guy. A tilt, you just want to score some points, and you hold the guy for either 2 or 3 near fall. Casey Eldridge on an injury timeout. Something's going on with a little tweak. He's getting it looked at. We're into the third period. Joe LeBlanc from the University of Wyoming leads 11-1.
The athletic trainer there, Beav Levitt, looking at Cason's knee. Beav is one of the most enthusiastic and fun athletic trainers to be around.
Oh, he really is. And you know, I think any athletic team you're a part of, you get a close relationship with the people that care about you, that take care of you. Your coaches, your trainers, your doctors, you got it all. And he does a great job.
Those attending the high school wrestling state tournament that same day here at UVU can show their tickets.
Next up for the Wolverines is Air Force. That's our last home match here in Orem, Utah. That's February 11th versus Air Force, 4 p.m.
Cason back from his injury timeout. When Cason is stalling, that injury timeout could prove to be a good breather for him.
Well, and that's just it. He chooses down. Let's see if we can make something of this down position. Right now, Coach Greg Williams yelling out, move, move, move. But then again, you get that flat, bottomed out position. It makes it pretty tough. LeBlanc's doing a good job with that wrist ride coming out on the head.
LeBlanc dominating well on top. He's tough. He's really cranking that shoulder. And sometimes it's a choice between your shoulder tearing out or falling on your back. And
LeBlanc does a good job with the pinning combination. Pin Casey Eldridge with 133 left in the third round.
That's 6 points for Wyoming.
That pulls Wyoming ahead. We were close with a 3-6, but that win, that pin, as we got the replay coming here, does a good job. Pulls that arm out, sinks a half in, just hip drives him over, steps over for a double leg in. Quick pin. We're going to commercial here in a second. We got Utah Valley University 3, Wyoming 12.
We'll be right back.
Come join the student section and cheer for the mighty Wolverines. Mighty Athletic Wolverine League sports passes are now available. Your mall pass gets you tickets to every NCAA home game, free food at the tailgate parties, prizes at the games, and lots of new friends. Get more information on their Facebook page or by calling Campus Connection at 801-863-8797. Go UVU!
What does that mean? It's a big transition from high school to college. How has he been doing? How has Rupp been doing with that?
It is a big transition. Rupp has been doing okay. I think he had an early season injury with his ankle. He had a really successful high school career, a Greco national champion, 2-time at least high school champion. I think he's finding though that college wrestling is a step up, but he's come back with vengeance from his injury. You're going to see Trevor Rupp working hard with true desire to win tonight. I know that.
Well, and those of you who missed the first of the match, you saw both these guys that came out with a little bit of fire. We were at commercial break. We came back, but we're here again. Rupp is he's fighting for that hand control. Again, he's a Greco-Roman wrestler. Won nationals in Greco-Roman, and so you see his style's a little bit different. He wrestled a lot more tie-ups up top, a lot more front headlock type stuff. Pulls, pushes, pulls. Oh, shot right there. They go out of bounds. Unfortunately, Trevor Rupp with the shot against Wyoming's LJ Helbig.
LJ Helbig is 13-12 so far this season. He's taken first the Northwest Wyoming Open and second the Cowboy Open.
You know, you get up to these bigger weights too. You got some big boys moving some weight there. So you can see some exciting stuff. So stay tuned, those of you watching. Minute left in the first period. First period, 3 minutes. A little bit different than high school wrestling. For those of you guys watching, used to watching high school, you got a 3-minute first period. Both guys still hand fighting here.
No scurry yet in the first.
Little shot there. Nothing though.
Both wrestlers sizing each other up, pushing, some half shot attempts.
You know, you want to keep your opponent on their toes. That's either with your pressure or by your fakes, and that's important. Ah, you got another little half shot in there. Rupp does a good job at snuffing that out. Snuffs that one. Nice head pressure, pushing and pulling the head down. .13 seconds left in the first period. You always want to. Oh, nice elbow pass by Helbig there. But he stops him on shot. Headlock, tries to drag it off. Oh, but the bell saves it. No score there.
If you want to see this game broadcasted live online, please visit UVU.edu, broadcast/streaming. Our next live broadcast will be from the UCCU Event Center, where UVU men's basketball will face off against Chicago State University, Thursday, January 27th at 7 p.m. Join us then.
Second round, Rupp chooses down, gets a quick escape, which is good. We don't want to accumulate that riding time. Utah Valley stays safe there.
That's valuable to get out quick. And Rupp knows they're head-to-head on their feet. He escapes real quick.
Got a shot
with a big shot.
Unfortunately, couldn't fight it off there. We go out of bounds. Ref says, hey, we want to go back in the middle. So Helbig scores a takedown here. You see a nice high C to a double. Rupp tries to scramble, but not quick enough to get a good scramble off.
Not quite. It was a quality takedown by Helbig.
Rupp's down. Here we go. Stands right up. That right there, that's textbook getting out. You want to get a foot on the mat, you're back up, and you're right back. Rupp did a good job. Scores 3-2.
You can know when going to a match as a wrestler when you can escape on bottom, you can't ride, you know that's an advantage, especially in a close match like this when it comes down to overtime. Or it's how you win a match, is knowing you're confident getting out. Sometimes.
Nice little shot there.
Helbig
gets a takedown.
Maybe figuring out Rupp a little bit on his feet with another quick, solid takedown.
Well, that's it. You start to see, you know, whether you're watching film before a match, you see him at another tournament you're watching, or whether you're just live wrestling. You got to keep things fresh. You got to keep them moving, or someone's going to figure you out pretty quick. Helbig with a heavy leg ride right on top again. It looks like a lot of these Wyoming wrestlers going with a leg ride. Ref says, hey, Phil Rupp, we want to get you moving more, get your head up, stall warning.
You can see Wyoming throughout the duel so far has ridden UVU hard with that leg ride. You can bet UVU will be practicing their leg ride defense in practice this next week. Good escape by Rupp. He sits out, he hips out.
With 10 seconds left, which is, again, you can't rest back. Here's a takedown. Rupp's getting up out. Helbig does a good job at pulling him back down. So we're back on our feet with 6 seconds left. Another shot in. Nothing yet. 2 takedown right at the last. We're going to end this period.
Rupp, scramble roll, tries to get out.
At the end of the second period, Helbig 6.
Good couple battles at the end of that second period.
Yeah, we had some battles there. Helbig is up 6-3 going into the third period. Helbig chooses down. Watch this here. Quick Granby roll right at the last ditch effort to try and get out.
Right
Isn't able to pull it off. Rupp on top. Helbig does a good job at standing right up. Rupp pushes him out. Oh, Helbig's back right up. Stays in on a tight, high C kind of single leg. Little scramble there. Helbig ends up scoring that reversal just by coming around.
2-point takedown, Helbig.
You can now watch past wrestling matches on YouTube. If you have missed a past volleyball game, you can visit youtube.com/Utah Valley University.
Check them out. You don't want to miss them. If you do, you're in luck. We took care of you. You can watch them on youtube.com. You always want to keep in that Utah Valley University /Utah Valley University. Rupp right up, gets an escape, score is 4-8 with 1:35 left in the third. So there's no riding time yet.
No riding time.
Rupp's down by 4 with a couple takedowns. We're right back here in the match. So
that's right.
Let's see what Rupp can do with pushing, pulling, moving, opening him up.
Helbig with that single leg. This seems to have gotten that consistently so far. Rupp stretching. Nearly doing the splits there. Rupp's flexible for a big guy.
Yeah, that's another thing we see, you know. Flexibility is as important sometimes as strength. Watch this shot on this replay here. He does a good job at defending on 1 foot. Not an easy thing to do. We've got a minute left in the third period. Rupp's down.
With Rupp's Greco background, you might see a big throw attempt here.
Well, and that's it. That's just it. That's the way. When you got those kind of freestyle Greco-Roman background, there's nothing out of it. You feel comfortable getting in, locking up. Perhaps even throwing.
Oh, that's another stall call against Rupp. Helbig keeping good pressure on Rupp. Fighting hands, shooting more. Rupp's backing up. The ref sees that as Rupp needs to engage him more.
2 takedown for Helbig.
2-point takedown.
It's the score 11-4. Wyoming coach wanted 1 more point, so Wyoming can get a major decision.
What he's going to do is he's going to hold him out. He's going to also score that riding time, unfortunately. So looks like with 2 seconds left, they go out of bounds. Now, Rupp can save a major decision right here. He's got 2.8, enough time to burst up out of there. See if he can do that to avoid giving up that. Oh, got a false start. Short time.
The ref looking for the time so it can be put back to what it was before the false start on Rupp.
2.5, so we lost a...
Lost 0.3.
0.3, 3/10 of a second there.
Rupp, sit out, moving quick. Helbig holding on.
Helbig wins this matchup 12-4, including that riding time point put on at the last. You know, UVU is younger in the higher weights. We got a team score of 16 for Wyoming. Our home team, UVU, 3. But we got some of our powerhouses still coming up. Coach Williams talking with every mat wrestler when he gets done. Score, Wyoming 16, UVU 3. Stay tuned.
Christian, raise your hand. And now we've got Chad.
Next up, we have a heavyweight match. We are currently watching the Utah Valley athletic activities. Cantuelia, we have a youth push-up contest going on.
This kind of makes things fun. You You get a little competition on the side of the competition.
It keeps his kids excited about coming to duels. It's fun for them. And
50 seconds, people. You're going to be worn out after 1 minute. They're going to need your help, fans. Let's hear what
NCAA qualifiers for the 2010 season. We have Ben Kjar, Flint Ray, and Brad Darrington from the Utah Valley University Wolverines. And that's a big deal for the Wolverines. They have a young athletic program, and those are the 3 first national qualifiers from Utah Valley.
And they're coming back. I mean, Flint and Ben are seniors this year. They're hoping to make the most of this postseason with regionals and nationals. Brad, he's going to do the same, but he's got another year next year, which we're really excited about. We got some great wrestlers that are going to make an impact still this year.
Let's give them a hand, fans. Utah Army National Guard push-up contest.
Those 3 doing it last year really helps the rest of the team know that it's possible. For those 3 who've been there, they know what it's like. They're going to go in with a new attitude, new confidence.
That's one, for those of you listening, that's one of the largest things that is different about Utah Valley in the last few years. We've been competing at a higher level, and really, we don't wrestle anybody that's not an excellent program or even ranked in the nation, which means that we're wrestling the best of the best, and we're competing with the best of the best, which is a huge confidence booster for us, because all of these guys from Utah that haven't competed perhaps on a larger scale, they're sitting here thinking, hey, I'm competing on this level, and it's important for them to see that. It's important for them to experience that.
That's what really helps the confidence of the Wolverine wrestling team. People, they asked me as a wrestler at Utah Valley, who do you compete? We compete against the best teams in the nation. It really, it's a sense of pride, and we're getting better and better as we continue to do so. We're introducing our heavyweight matchup here tonight.
We got Christian Denny, who is a freshman. He's new. He's a little green, little Wolverine green, but he's ready to learn, and that's what's best. He's learning every match. He's going up against heavyweight from University of Wyoming, Matthew McLaughlin, who's a senior. So we got a little bit of seasoned veteran versus a young buck. So we'll see what goes on here.
It'll be a good match. McLaughlin out earlier this year with a knee injury. His record 7-2 so far this year. Christian Denny, he was playing this fall. He was playing football in Idaho.
Little did he know that he would be coming up to the University of Utah Valley University for some wrestling.
I bet it was a surprise for him. He got that call. He has to come wrestle. He had several of Utah Valley's heavyweights injured this season, and called Christian to come fill in. And he's really put forth good effort, and he's ready to brawl.
Can you tell me this, Eric, as these guys are battling here in the first period with 2:16 left, 0-0 is the score. Tell me, how do you stay injury-free? I mean, you see some of the guys tonight even, they've been banged up, they're still wrestling. What's the difference between being out and just pushing through it?
Well, it's been tough for me to stay injury-free. If you ask Coach Williams, he'd say it's year-round wrestling. You have to keep your body used to that pressure. Wrestling puts just an incredible amount of pressure on your ligaments, your tendons, your muscles. Everything, every part of the body gets worked, and if you go too hard, your body's not used to it. You're going to be hurt. That's the best way.
And when we were talking about flexibility, that's another huge thing. It's almost as important as strength. You want to be flexible. A lot of injuries come because you get tweaked the wrong way. Your body can't take that. It's not lax enough. We got these guys battling here. A little bit of you guys watching, you can see the size difference. University of Wyoming's Matthew McLaughlin. He's a big boy up against an upcoming Christian Denny from Utah Valley University.
McLaughlin so far this year, he's taken first at the Northwest Open and third at the Cowboy Open. Some upper body work here by the heavyweights. They're feeling the position. I imagine Christian's strategy for this match is to not get on bottom, not get Big Matthew's weight on him, pushing him down. If he can
deep underhook here, he's pushing him out, pushing him out, pushing him out. A little bit of extra push on the side there. We want to get guys fired up. Being aggressive is part of it. We want to keep our head in the game, though. Keeps good sportsmanship.
That's right.
36 seconds left in the first period.
But you'll see it's a physical thing. They're brawling, they're pushing, they're banging heads, they're clubbing their heads with their wrists. Christian circling. Did a good job not letting McLaughlin controlling.
Got an edge of the mat wrestling right there. He's doing his best to stay in. Underhook toss, a little toss by, but out of bounds, so we stay safe there.
Short time here in the first period.
Wyoming's choice, Red's choice. Red decides to go down in the second period. Score is 0-0.
Stay tuned for an interview with head coach Greg Williams just after the game. Following his interview will be the player of the game, brought to you by Costa Vida. Costa Vida, eat well, live inspired. Here we have McLaughlin. He had a escape in 2 seconds in the second period. Down that.
Both these guys, as you get bigger, you get a little bit more upright stance, posture. He's really working on our UVU wrestler's head there.
A stall warning there, referee on Christian Denny from Utah Valley.
You know, as you watch wrestling, and we've talked a bit about this through these other matches, your neck is a vital part of wrestling. When the neck goes, guess what? The back starts to go. You get down into your glutes and your hamstrings and your quads. Pretty much when the neck starts to go, everything else starts to go. And that's why as you wrestle, you really stress really pulling on the neck, pushing on the neck.
Good high crotch there by Wyoming.
High crotch to a double leg takedown, driving him down. Now you see
McLaughlin here using his weight to an advantage.
Yeah, you see that weight coming on, and he's just laying on that.
He's working that arm. Christian doing his best to keep him from getting that arm bar.
Got a wrist ride pulling it out on the back. Gonna be working for different pitting combinations there. We want to get, you know, as UVU wrestler, Christian's got to get his head up off the mat, start working for something. It's difficult to turn a guy if he's up on his knees. Oh, snatches up that bar arm, but we ran out of time. So we, at the end of the second period, we have a score of 3-0. Here's this shot, nice shot, high C to a double leg. That was for a big guy. That's actually a pretty athletic move.
That was a good move for McLaughlin.
Score is 3-0 for Wyoming. Wyoming's Matthew McLaughlin. Third period.
The strategy here in the third period, Greg Williams told Christian Denny to choose neutral. A lot of times, you know, if you decide you can't escape on body, you've been ridden hard, you will choose neutral and try to take him down.
Well, and especially as you get up into these bigger weights, a lot of times if you got a size discrepancy like we got tonight, McLaughlin outweighs Denny by a good 50 pounds at least. You know, when you get that discrepancy, you don't want to go down. It's easy to get a turn in the pin. So McLaughlin scores a takedown. Hopefully we can work up, stay on our base, and UVU can stay strong in this match.
Score is 5-0 here. McLaughlin leading.
McLaughlin here, riding his wrists, really driving up over him, staying underneath the armpits, reaching, grabbing the wrist, driving over that shoulder, as you can see.
Another stalling point on Christian. Wyoming doing a good job tonight, riding Wolverines, wearing them out on top.
And yeah, they've done really well, actually. I'm a little impressed, and the riding game has gone up. Even their younger wrestlers, they're doing a good job of riding.
Christian working to build his base here. Walking to fight for wrist control. When you start to control the wrist and control that whole arm, you can bring it around and
Now when you grab that wrist, ref calls stalemate there. Wants him back in the middle for a fresh start. You grab that wrist, you get some pressure up into that shoulder, and it flattens your whole chest and body out, you know? Looks like McLaughlin's asking referee for an optional start, meaning he's just going to kind of let Denny up off there.
McLaughlin lets him up and goes in for another takedown. He gets it, keeping that foot inside. That's good technique.
By nice driving through, just push and drive. And you know, McLaughlin's doing that again to try and solidify that major decision victory. Score is 8-1, but with the riding time that's going to be tacked on at the end, it's going to make it a score of 9-1, which is an 8-point difference for a major decision. With 2 seconds left, that's the way we're going to end up this match. UVU's Christian Denny loses a match 8-1 against Wyoming's Matthew McLaughlin, a senior from Wyoming. Well, that match, we got a seasoned veteran against a young guy. Wyoming's Matthew McLaughlin is a senior, has a little bit of age on him, and definitely a size differentiation. And it's a tough thing to get out there, but the battle went on the feet for a good while. McLaughlin scored some sweet takedowns. Total score, Wyoming 20, UVU 3. But now we're into a part of the match that we're going to start highlighting the features of the match, some of the best matchups. It's going to be great to see this.
The next match we have up, we have from Utah Valley, Ben Kjar. He's been nationally ranked anywhere from 6th and around there this season. He's currently ranked 14th, record of 18-4. Michael Martinez, currently ranked 18th at 125 pounds in the nation, a record of 8-3.
So when you get two ranked wrestlers going head-to-head, what can you expect?
You just expect quality wrestlers. Both these guys are fighting for every inch. And when you get in those top national wrestlers, you know, it can go either way. The rankings in their head doesn't mean anything. They want to beat this guy, and they're very good wrestlers.
Well, and what you see too is because you got these two wrestlers that are so evenly matched, it's not like there's a lot of bam explosive stuff. But if you can technically watch what they do, you're seeing some fantastic wrestling. You're not going to see an 8-0 matchup. You're going to see 3-2, 4-0. You know, some close stuff. You know,
very close.
Because every move is
good takedown.
He just snatched it, grabbed that, and drove through for a nice takedown for Ben Kjar.
Ben Kjar and Martinez have met last year. They both exchanging wins with each other.
And that, you know, and that's important, especially with Ben being ranked up to 14th in the nation, and Martinez not far behind, ranked 18th. This is an important matchup, not just for conference purposes, but for national purposes as well.
That's right. Another stall running on Ben.
Why would they do that? He's on the edge of the mat.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but I think the ref was thinking Ben was trying to push him out as opposed to letting Martinez have a fair chance to get his 1 point.
Well, and as you guys can see, I agree with you, Eric. It probably wasn't really warranted considering Ben went right in for a double leg, picked him up. Yeah. Martinez does score a quick escape, though, so we know that he's serious about getting out. We're fresh on our feet. Ben Kjar with a nice shot.
Another good shot by Ben Kjar.
Goes all the way up, under and through. Working his best to finish it. As you get a guy up on his foot here, you want to keep him moving. Nice.
Good finish for Ben Kjar. Good
fight. You
fight.
can't ask for anything really better than that, especially from a single leg position where a guy's fighting you tough. You want to keep him moving, keep him guessing, and then you want to hurry and kick out, flare those hips out for a double leg takedown. Ben does a good job. Martinez is serious about getting out from off the bottom. He scores a quick escape. Score is 2-4. UVU's Ben Kjar is leading the match. 35 seconds left in the first period. We're
on the edge of the mat over here. 23 seconds left in the first. This is some exciting wrestling already. 2 powerful, quick takedowns. Nice shot in there. Stuffs it up, though. Martinez does a good job stuffing it up.
And there, Martinez front headlock, pulling on his elbow. Keeping Martinez from being able to circle around on him.
Ref says, no, we're going to go up. Stalemate. We're on our feet with 3 seconds left. And at the end of the first round, we have a score of 4-2. UVU's Ben Kjar is leading the match. Again, those of you who are watching, we got 2 ranked wrestlers. Ben Kjar ranked 14th in the nation right now, and Michael Martinez from the University of Wyoming ranked 18th. It's a powerhouse matchup. Ben Kjar chooses down in the second round. Quickly starts getting up on his feet with his back up.
Fighting hand control.
Quick escape. 1 point Ben. Score is 5-2. You notice we talk about working the head, pushing and pulling. We also got some fakes, and Ben's doing a good job of keeping him elusive with his hands and head fake. He's keeping the match interesting. Martinez looks to have a little bit different stance, more of a square stance, kind of letting things come in, looking for a tie-up kind of position. Ben's kind of staying outside.
Seen very little offense by Martinez so far this match. Ben seemed to dominate the first 4 minutes of the match.
Pass by right there, elbow pass on the edge of the mat. We're saying circle in here.
Ben has to be careful with one stall warning already. He doesn't want the ref thinking he's right on the edge of the mat, getting pushed out.
That's the unfortunate thing about getting a stall warning in the first round is it can affect you. You did it on into the later.
Especially when it comes down to the end, your head by a little bit, it can make a big difference.
The score is 5-2. Utah Valley University's Ben Kjar is leading with 32 seconds left in the second period. We're out of bounds. Referee said we're going to come back in the middle, get a fresh start. Ben's getting the hands going, getting some shots.
Ben Kjar so far looking at this match like he knows what he wants to do. He's come out with a purpose, done some scouting. He's done well controlling the match is. That's another stall warning, stall call with a 1 point award. Coach Williams approaches the ref.
Greg Williams says, listen, we're doing our best.
Imagine Williams is saying, feeling that Martinez is just pushing. And Ben is, Martinez really hasn't taken a shot. It's hard to call stall warning when there's no shots taken.
And that's just it.
Ben with a shot. Driving for the finish. Oh, barely out of bounds. That's exciting finish.
That was a great shot. We had 3 seconds left. Ben Kjar gets in on a shot. Martinez actually able just to stay on his feet just long enough to avoid. Right here, he drives through.
Barely out of bounds.
Time ran out just in the nick of time. We got a score of 5-3. Ben Kjar's up by 2 points. Got a little tweak of the shoulder here. Injury timeout here. You know, Greg Williams came over. He said, "Listen, Martinez is just pushing. He's trying to push it out." Yeah, there's often times where someone can actually draw a stall out. We're gonna watch this replay with Ben. Last 3 seconds. Ben has
Ben's
a nice
experience coming to play here.
Driving through, gets around the ankles, but unfortunately, it's a takedown. But unfortunately, we ran out of time by about, what, a second and a half?
Tough call there.
And you could see it in the referee's face. He was wondering, hey, do I give it a nod? He says, no, it's a little too close to that end time. Fans are starting to get excited, clapping, cheering. We're into the third round here.
Martinez chooses down. He's down by 2 points. Debatable call by the referee there. with the stall point awarded to Martinez.
Quick escape for Martinez makes the match score 4-5.
Martinez on the elbow again, doing a good job keeping Martinez from being able to finish on his front headlock.
Well, and that's it. Martinez keeps going for that front headlock. Ben does a good job sucking that elbow in. We go out of bounds.
1:30 left in the third period.
It's
Martinez
funny.
only down by 1. This is
close. You can't ask for anything better than great wrestling. Those of you Wyoming fans tuning in, we got a good matchup here. Fight for position here. You don't want to force anything, but you also want to keep your lead. Ben Kjar doing the best to hold on to this lead, keep his offense going, which looks like he's doing a good job. He knows he can score this. He scored a single leg takedown, single leg to a double leg, like a high C double leg. Scored that twice now, so he knows he could score off that.
The Wolverines practice this, I know this for sure, is they practice this situation right here. You're ahead by 1. You're trying to get your bind, your tie-up, you can control. You're pushing, you're not stalling, but you're not letting him score any points. You're not letting him get any offense, and Ben Kjar is doing a good job here with that.
And that's just it. The littlest things can prohibit somebody from scoring their kind of takedowns. And it's little things. It's keeping your hands moving. It's not letting them set. It's moving, it's circling. And Ben's doing a good job of this with 24 seconds left in the third period. He's doing a good job of just fighting. He's faking, he's shooting.
Martinez with no real shot efforts in shots here. Ben's doing a good job keeping Martinez. Martinez moving.
Yeah,
both wrestlers tired, working hard. 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left.
2, 1, time. Utah Valley University's Ben Kjar, number 14 ranked in the nation, gets a big win over University of Wyoming's 18th ranked Michael Martinez. That's a great job on behalf of both wrestlers.
Both wrestlers fighting their best to the end.
And it's like I said, we're not talking about 8-0 kind of matchups. We're talking 5-4. We got a 1-point matchup going down to the end. Could have gone either way.
It really could have.
Next up, one of our senior nights. This is senior night for Flint Ray. He's up. He's ready. Flint Ray going up against Wyoming's Tyler Cox, who is ranked 18th in the nation. Flint Ray ranked 13th in the nation. Now Flint has had an outstanding year, 15-1 record, not lost any duels. He's had a great year. It's exciting to watch him in his senior year with a focus and a determination that he knows what he wants. He's talking regionals, and he's talking All-American status at nationals.
And you know he believes it. He has the work ethic and determination.
He does. You know, for those of you who don't know Flint Ray, this kid is tough. Whether it's tough in the room, just being tough physically, also being able to say, you know what, these little injuries and nagging owies, I'm not paying any attention to them. I'm gonna keep up, keep on, and he's done a great job at that.
The one loss Flint Ray did have this year was to the top-ranked wrestler in the nation.
Which was a close match. It ended up being a close match, and that's what you see. You see Utah Valley University competing on a national scale, at a national level, and knowing that they're right there. They're ready to take it on.
Tyler Cox from Wyoming has a 20-7 record so far this year.
And we're off in the first round. Flint Ray ranked 13th in the nation up against number 18 ranked Tyler Cox. You can't expect anything better than when you watch ranked wrestlers go at it.
It's as good as it gets. Cox so far this year has taken third in the Cowboy Open. He's taken first at the UNK Loper Open and third at the Reno Tournament of Champions. Got a successful year.
Well, Flint Ray just coming back from the Lone Star Duels, went on a perfect record there, won all 3 matches, again against tough teams. Cox with a powerful double leg takedown right there. Going for a ride here. Not really controlling the hips. Oh, Flint Ray's got a Grammy roll here. Looking to tweak him out, roll it through. He's working for it. He's up, his feet.
Ray comes out with a wave.
Edge to mat. He could score a reversal right here, or
Cox with a good one. Two-point reversal, Flint Ray.
nice reversal for Flint Ray. Doing a good job. Now you see, the most important time, referee says we're out of bounds, we're calling you back in. Most important time right here, Cox tries for a little bit of a tweak out there, tries to pull Flint Ray over. Flint Ray is able to step out around and score a reversal, which was great. But what you see is the moment after a takedown is the most important. You take a guy down and you're immediately applying pressure. We saw that happen with Flint Ray right there at the last. Again, now we start in the middle. Flint just heavy on top, trying to keep Cox down. Score is 2-2. Wyoming and Utah Valley matched up well right here with a tight score. Cox headhunts a little bit, gets out, scores 1 point for an escape.
Flint working off his knees.
Go out of bounds. Referee says come back in the middle. This is good. You get a fresh start in the middle, which is it's beneficial. You got room to take down. You got room to move. Both wrestlers watching each other, sizing each other up. Shot.
Ray meeting the shot.
Yeah, he met that right head on. Dropped his level, stopped him up. Flint's doing a good job keeping the pressure on.
Both wrestlers doing
Right
excellent
there.
with their
Right there.
reshots.
Locks up the cradle. Locks up the cradle.
This is big for Flint. The fans yelling 2 points for Flint being in control.
The referee doesn't
Williams.
call a takedown. Right here, we're gonna watch a replay. Generally, when you get a guy on their hip and they're in a cradle position like that, that's a takedown. Unfortunately, referee doesn't see it that way.
I agree with you, Sam. That was control. But it's what the ref sees and how he feels. That's what it comes down to.
Well, and you know, a lot of times the referees they got their own indiscretions. They got their own opinions about wrestling. We got Cox in on a shot. Flint's scrambling right here. He's got to lock up in that knee crotch. Do his best to stay elusive.
Flint holding on to that ankle.
Referee calls a 2-point takedown.
Wolverine fans and
Flint
wrestlers
Ray.
and coach upset with that 2-point takedown.
We got this replay right here. Flint Ray gets a standing kind of reverse Grammy and sits back for a nice. He almost holds him here too, which is really beneficial. You know, you get a reversal and he immediately is doing his best to hold him for that near fall. Unfortunately, didn't get it. Time ran out.
Very exciting first period. A lot of exchanges, debatable calls. These wrestlers are going for it.
We got a ranked matchup here. Flint Ray ranked 13th in the nation against Tyler Cox from the University of Wyoming, ranked 18th in the nation. Second period, Cox chooses down. Flint Ray right tough on top.
Cox and Jeremy Flint catching him, seeing it.
He's doing a good job. Caught him, almost kept him up on his shoulders for a near fall, maybe even a pin. Doing a good job grinding there with that two-hand wrist ride. A lot of possibilities there to score some points. Right up to a claw ride.
Riding hard, coming back, he did a near fall.
Got him on his back. Got him on his back.
Holding him, fans
We're
are
gonna get a pin
screaming.
here.
This is a big pin for Utah Valley.
With a big win over 18th ranked Tyler Cox from the University of Wyoming.
Flint Ray riding hard, pinning Tyler Cox when he's down 1 point. Great effort by both wrestlers. Excellent pin for Flint Ray. Excellent win for the Wolverines. That's 6 points for the Wolverine team score.
this replay here. Flint's got a tight claw ride. Ends up even able to pull Cox's head down and just bump him right up over the top. Ends up with a nice pinning combination here. He's struggling, trying to fight to get out. Flint Ray's actually able to push his chest down, keep it heavy, and gets the pin, which we love. That brings the team points to Wyoming 20, UVU trailing just by 8 points now, 12. Wyoming 20, UVU 12. Exciting stuff. We still got a couple more matchups that can really turn this match around. Stay tuned with us. We're coming back. Up against Tyler Cox, 18th ranked in the nation. Awesome match. Flint Ray ends up with a big win, pin over him, over University of Wyoming Cox. Now we're up to our another key matchup, senior night. Justin Morrill from Hiram, Utah, up Logan Way, 141. Now,
Justin Morrill. Coming into this match with 16-7 record. He's wrestled at Utah Valley for 5 years. He's in the young program of Utah Valley. He's seen a lot of growth in both himself and the team.
Got a little scramble position here. Justin holds on. That's a good job. He's long. He's a bit taller for a 141-pounder. He holds on for a stalemate there. We're back up on our feet.
These wrestlers have met before in their years in competition. Justin Morrill has come out ahead.
You know, that's good for the psyche, right? When you go up against a wrestler, you know you're both good, but you've come out ahead. Tell me about that.
Well, you just when you absolutely know you can win and you will win, you just have a different attitude when it comes to different scrambles, different situations. Just the psyche and determination just makes the difference. The other person knows he's lost, he wants to win, but it's just a little different when you know you can and you have.
And that's just it. You got Justin Morrill coming back for a senior year. Actually graduated last year, but said, hey, you know what, I'm going to keep going on this. Went down to 141 pounds. He's a good size 141-pounder. Got a good double leg shot when his head's down. He's trying to get his head out.
He is long. He can finish those shots. Interesting situation there.
Good scramble.
With Smith.
Smith tries to kind of head him there, grab his head, but we're still scrambling. We've got 2 takedown for Chase Smith from the University of Wyoming.
Good scramble there by both these wrestlers.
There, but
Smith's coming for some vengeance against Justin Morrill.
Morrill's going down with 1:06 left in the first period. Score is 2-0. You know, you still got 1:06, you got some time left. Morrill's going to do the most he can for Utah Valley University, score an escape, leave some more points here. Pulls him back, crab ride position. Morrill's here, steps up over, grabs the leg, up to his feet. Sits down, lifts him, nothing. It's hard to lift. Morrill scores an escape. It's hard to lift a guy when he's taller than you.
That is. Justin Morrill is tall, taller than the average 141-pounder. He's learned over his time here to use his length to his advantage.
Shot in there. Single leg to the outside, throws it over. Got an interesting scramble going on right here. Morrill with a bit of a, that's a 2 takedown. That's a 2 takedown position right there with short time left.
Good scramble, good effort on both wrestlers' parts.
That was a great job scrambling. Both guys wanting it, but Justin Morrow coming up on top there.
Now with the team score, Utah Valley is trailing by 8. The next two Utah Valley wrestlers are looking to get major decisions or better to help with the team score. They put Utah Valley ahead.
Third. Oh, we're in second period now. Second period, Justin Morrow chooses down. Quick
reversal. Good sit out, good switch.
Which is great. Justin Morrow goes up 5-2 now, which is good. And you see him, he's riding hard on top. You tweak that arm out, that wrist ride right there, make life real difficult for the guy you're wrestling right like that. Good job staying on top again.
Justin Moore with his lanes is hard to escape from. He's everywhere.
Right here, he lets him go. I think that was Moore letting him go. He's say, all right, I rode. Let's see what I can do on our feet again. Justin Moore, this is his senior night. We got a senior night for quite a few wrestlers. People in attendance can get a poster of them, get it signed by them.
Real fun deal, an excellent way to pay tribute to the wrestlers and the work and contribution they've put into the program.
Guys are just kind of sizing each other up here. Got some hand fight going. Both guy, you know, the guy that's gonna score is the guy that's gonna get in there and grind the most. 31 seconds left in the second round.
Both wrestlers seeming to feel like there's short time left, not a lot of action.
Sometimes hanging out for that final whistle can be good, but most of the time you're gonna be wasting valuable time that you could use to where you're pointing out, score additional points, or to catch up.
Moore seems to want Smith to come to him, not as making the initial contact as usually would.
And there we go. That is the end of the second period. Justin Morrow leads 5 against Wyoming's Chase Smith with 3. Third period, Chase Smith from Wyoming chooses down.
Another excellent match going here. We're 5-3 coming to the third period.
Quick stand up there. Chase Smith does a good job standing up. Morrow pulls him back. A little bit of scramble here. Justin Morrow goes to a double leg shot position. Chase Smith got a lock in the crotch, trying to stretch Justin Morrow out, perhaps score a takedown or a reversal. Justin's holding on though. All the while, he's still racking up that riding time points.
Well, holding on, not letting Smith get that escape. Escape for Smith.
He ends up getting an escape. You know, in a position like that where you start getting stretched out, you're in danger of perhaps getting a reversal there. So Morrow does a good job. He says, you know what, I'm not going to get stretched anymore. I'm going to get up on my feet. We're going to let this go. We're going to go on our feet. Justin scored some good takedowns already. You can expect him to fire out here, get some more.
Scrambling, trying to get his hips back. Breaking his lock, fighting to get around. Smith held it onto that leg.
Here. He's trying to cut that corner. It's just that Smith's just hanging on with those last few fingers in the crotch of Justin Morrow. He's just got to get heavy and come around. Got to get heavy. Cut that off. Now he's in a
looking to pick this leg up.
Single leg position. Trying to tie those legs up. Referee
calls a stall call. I think that's a good call. We have 18 seconds left in the third period. We want to see some action.
Yep, we don't want to give anything up here. Utah Valley's Justin Morrow leads by 1. Score of 5-4. Short time, 18 seconds.
Short time left here. See some action from both wrestlers. Morrow ahead. Five seconds left. Smith fighting hard for some points. Coach Williams telling Morrow to circle his last 3 seconds.
Yeah, we don't want to back up. Backing up. Backing up can get you in some trouble. Justin Morrow does a good job. Holds on for the win. We came out, both these guys, good wrestlers. They've met before. Justin's come out on top, but he's saying, you know what? I'm going to stay on top by winning this one. Well-fought match, close all the way through, but Justin does a great job staying on top to win the match 5-4.
Excellent effort there by Justin Morrow. Excellent effort by both wrestlers. If you want to see this match broadcasted live online, please visit uvu.edu/broadcasting/streaming. Our next live broadcast will be from the UCC Event Center, where UVU men's basketball team will face off against Chicago State University Thursday, January 27th at 7 p.m. Join us then.
Last matchup of the night. Now, this is an important one because team score, we got Wyoming 20, UVU 15. We're into the last match. A technical fall or a fall will tie us or win us the match. Anything less, we're going to come up a little short against the Wyoming Cowboys. Josh Wilson from Morgan, Utah, up against number 19th ranked Cole Salazar, a senior. Excuse me, Cole Dallasera. Cole Dallasera, a senior from Wyoming.
Being in the home environment, some adrenaline going through Josh Wilson. You can see him coming up big here in this match.
He gets a good shot. Unfortunately, we're out of bounds, but good double leg shot. Picked him right up. A lot hanging on the line here. I think Josh knows that. I think he's aware he's going to do his best. We got a ranked wrestler here, 19th in the nation. That's nothing too shabby with Cole Dallasera. He's got some history, got some skills behind him. Steps out. Good job stepping out. So we both got kind of a fight here. Equal 50-50 shot right there. Dallasera steps out, so we're back to the same kind of tie-up. Josh Wilson with an underhook tie-up.
Dallasera 20-4 so far this year. Josh Wilson 16-6.
It's an important matchup too, because these guys are gonna see each other. Oh,
excellent throw by Josh Wilson. Very good scramble.
That was a great job. He knew Dallasera was going to try for that inside trip. Went for a throw, ended up almost catching him on his back.
Excellent effort by both wrestlers. No score so far. This isn't only a big match for Josh Wilson for the duel, it's a big match to be nationally ranked.
Well, that's just it. These guys are going to see each other at regionals and at nationals. You know, there's a good possibility that one or both of them could go to the national tournament. Almost throws him to his back, goes for this replay, as the replay shows, tries to roll to the legs, isn't able to get it.
You can have Josh Wilson here, 149.
Well, the fans are excited here in the Shrine Activity Center. It's the last match of the night. Exciting matchup between these two wrestlers. Josh with the double overs.
Over-under tie-ups. It's any man's game right there as far as throws and some offense. That's why you want to keep your hands moving, keep your feet moving. .40 seconds left in the first round. Dallasera in for a shot. Josh Wilson stops him up. front headlock position on their feet now. Front headlock position. Dalcera does a good job sucking Josh's elbow down deep. Now both elbows down deep. Josh with an underhook to a shot. Ooh, near the edge of the mat. Dalcera steps out.
Both these wrestlers exchanging shot takedown attempts.
Short time, 6. Oh, shot in. Shot in by Josh. He's stretched out though. Let's see if he can power up. This is a tough position to be in because you get stretched out. But if you got the strength to pull it into your chest, drive up through, get your head out, and score a takedown, end up making it good.
It's tough. Dalcera there with his weight on Josh.
Ends up not being able to do it in this first period. We got a score of 0-0. Going into the second period, Dalcera chooses down. Got a good crowd out here tonight. Stands are full. Good support for Utah Valley University Wrestling. Dalcera quickly gets to his feet.
Quick escape by Dalcera.
Gets an escape and is
quick
immediately
reshot
in
quick
on
shot
a
as
reshot.
well. Right, getting this situation. Dalcera squeezing. Wilson looking for hip position, possibly a throw.
When you get in a position like that, it's kind of throw or be thrown. Am I right, Eric?
It really is. Those situations can go either way. Both wrestlers are fighting, and they can go either way.
You win that position for a throw, kind of a throw. One has a double under, one has almost a bear hug shot by Josh. A little too far out. Front headlock position. Dalcera's doing a good job of cutting that corner. Ends up scoring a takedown off of that.
Dalcera had that arm block, but Wilson circling around, doing an excellent job to finish that.
Well, that was a good job. You bury that head and block that angle, and you're able to actually come around relatively easy. Dalcera with a claw right into a leg right as well. And Josh goes, no, I'm gonna stand up. Saves a good amount of time on riding time as well. Gets that escape point. Scores 3-1. Wyoming's Dalcera leads UVU's Josh Wilson.
So far in this match, both wrestlers fairly equal on his feet. Dalcera getting the takedown. Interesting exchange there. That was instinct at work for Josh Wilson.
Well, and that's just it. Dalcera gets a shot. Josh is able to kick out, but not quick enough. Get around, kicks out, and Dalcera falls down. Another little bit of quick reaction. Josh jumps around for a takedown. Good job by both wrestlers there. Again, we're on our feet. 18 seconds left in the second period. Dalcera in on a shot. He's deep. Josh going for a scramble, a little bit of locking up in the hip. 10 seconds left. Let's see if we can hold on. We can hold on.
This is big in this match. To hold on to this takedown. This takedown is a big deal. Short time, he holds on, no points.
As far as getting the shot off, Dalcera does a good job by getting a last-second shot. Josh Wilson says, no, we're going to go to a little bit of a stalemate. Josh chooses down in the third round.
This is big. Josh down by 2. Looking to escape very quick and with a takedown in the third period. Has yet to get a takedown in this match.
Dalcera riding pretty heavy there on top. Josh did a good job right at the first, stood up, but unfortunately was taken right back down, laid out flat. Josh now working up to the base. Dalcera looks like he's got something out coming out to the side.
This is big with riding time. 5 more seconds for Dalcera, and he has 1 extra point.
Referee calls him out. Dallas-Sutter had a cradle locked up there, though. It could have been dangerous for UVU's Josh Wilson.
Fans here starting to cheer Wilson's name.
Well, they see how important this match is, not just for the match tonight's purposes, UVU versus University of Wyoming, but also for the nationals, regionals and nationals, what that we have coming up. We got 1 minute left. Josh is down by 2, down by 3 with that riding time that's been accumulated. Perhaps we can reverse and get a takedown, take that back off. They get set. Referee starts and Josh immediately is up.
Wilson more likely looking for an overtime of this match with an escape and then a takedown with 51 seconds left in the third period.
See right here, Josh would be in a good position if he... Oh, he's arching on that back. That gets real strenuous.
Close to a figure 4 there on the body.
Yeah,
not
well,
quite.
I would call it a figure 4. I would call that a figure 4 right there.
The ref sees it, calls it potentially dangerous. You're not allowed to figure 4 the body. That's 1 point awarded to Josh. That's a big point for Dallas-Sutter to be using a figure 4 right there.
He had that for a little while. I saw that. I got a little fired up about that. The referee I think he was looking for what was going on with Dallas-Sutter on top, not necessarily what was going on with his feet. 15 seconds left.
10 seconds left. Wilson fighting to get out, fighting for a reversal.
Short time coming down to the wire. Dallas-Sutter flattens him out, and that's it. You know, close match. Dallas-Sutter's actually able to get the win 4-2 with that riding time, but that just goes to show you UVU's Josh Wilson right there competing right with the nationally ranked.
From our hometown heroes.
We are back here at Utah Valley University now. McAllister, go ahead and put your headset on. Put your headset on here. How do you feel about the matchup tonight? Coach Williams was coming over, but you tell me, how do you feel about this? I'm just gonna switch seats here. Eric McAllister here. Eric's a wrestler. He's pretty familiar with how things go. What would you say? How do you feel about the matchup tonight?
Well, it was an exciting matchup. I think that there's some definite disappointments on some close matches for the Wolverines. I think overall, you know, they put forward a great effort, especially in some of those the top 2 matches of the night. We were able to come out ahead on both of those. You know, those are big wins for those wrestlers. You know, we came up short, you know, in the last match of the night, which was a tough one for Josh Wilson, but I feel he put forth an excellent effort, you know. I don't know that the Wolverines should be totally disappointed with their effort, but they, you know, I think they're going to go back, work on wrestling on bottom a little bit. I think that's where Wyoming dominated.
You tell me, what do you think Coach is going to tell the guys? Well, Coach is coming right now, but I mean, are you going to get back in the room? The guys are all, you know, they're excited about a good competition like this, we got Coach coming up here. We got Coach Greg Williams. Coach Greg Williams, we caught you. We got you up on the mic here. We're going to bring us to live camera in a moment. All right, we're here with Coach Greg Williams, head wrestling coach for Utah Valley University. Coach, tell me, how do you feel about tonight's performance from the top to the bottom?
You know, I'm pleased with some of the performances we had. I think that we have some work to do in the next month and a half, and the guys know that. We're not in shape right now. We've had a lot of guys banged up. We've tried to work around that. You can tell we're getting tired, and that won't be that way at the end. But we felt like we treated it that way. We'd rather have them start getting healthy now, and so we backed off a little bit, and you can tell we were getting tired in the third period. We'll be able to push the pace when it counts. You know, we have a few guys that are banged up, a couple guys out of the lineup. You know, Wyoming's a great team. They're well coached, good hard wrestlers. I have a lot of respect for them. But, you know, our guys know that we can compete, and we expect to beat them.
That is one of the biggest things. When you talk about UVU competing, you got two big wins, Flint Ray, Ben Kjar, over ranked individuals. How does that feel?
It feels good. You know, Ben and Martinez have gone out the past couple years, and, you know, Ben gets a little bit, you know, Martinez will keep coming, but, you know, it's a little disappointing with some calls in that match, just because we were the one making the shots, and he gave them a point, and we're the one offensive, and same thing, you know, a couple bad calls at 33 as well. You know, and Craig does a good job. But those are big wins. Those guys are both ranked. It certainly won't hurt us at all. And Ben took a couple things from that. He's going to learn more from that match than I think even Martinez will, because he knows that Martinez can't score on him from speed.
And that's what we saw. Coach, great job tonight. You did well. I know you're going to take the guys to the next level. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thanks.
We got a wrestler of the night, wrestler Flint Ray. Now Flint is my good buddy, and I got to tell you, I'm commentating here on TV, and I'm going, come on, and you pulled off a huge victory. Tell me about it. Had you wrestled this guy before?
No, I'd never wrestled him, and he just beat the number 10 guy from Cal Poly. Moved up a weight, so I was a little nervous, you know, but I just was able, on top, I was able to get my half and run it over and got it done that way.
Well, that was just it. It looked like right from the beginning, as you got your takedown, and we get into the other periods, you did a great job at really grinding. How important is that grinding aspect? I even as I was doing commentating, I said, this wrestler, Flint Ray, he is one tough guy, whether it's actually just battling or whether he just overcomes injuries and hurts, you know, things that hurt to do it. What was that like?
You know, I'm a little banged up. I dislocated my thumb a week ago, and my shoulder's a little torn up, but you know, just got to put that out of your mind when you start wrestling, and it's a match, it's a fight out there, no matter what's going on. So,
well, tell me this: you're a senior. There's a lot of emotion coming into a senior year. I know, because I've wrestled with you for a few years, I know how important it is a senior year to compete. Why did you choose to come to UVU? You had other options. A lot of wrestlers that came to UVU had other options. But what does it mean to you to wrestle at UVU and to compete at the end of the year this year?
You know, UVU, it's my home state, and I love wrestling and I love Utah, so I wanted to come back to Utah and start some pride here in Utah wrestling. So that's why I love wrestling for Utah Valley.
Well, you've done it. I got to tell you, it really, being a fan, being somebody that looks out from the crowd, it's great to see someone that's got the passion, got the drive. And you know what? You went and got it done tonight, which was a huge win. The whole place went crazy when you got your pin. You're up on the commentation board right now with the replay. That was exciting. But with the senior year, what are your expectations for postseason?
You know, every day just got to prepare, and I've got some big goals that are within reach, and I just got to keep those in mind every day and work towards them.
Flint Ray, you will no doubt reach your goals. I've seen you do it. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. We got Wrestler of the Night, Flint Ray, here on Utah Valley TV.
Thanks, Sam.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you for choosing to spend your night with us. Eric McAllister, Sam Allen here from Utah Valley University. We are wrapping things up. We're excited about the men's wrestling team. Be sure to join us this Thursday at 7 o'clock when UVU men's basketball team, they're going to take on Chicago State. The broadcast was produced with students from the digital media major here at UVU and is copyright by Utah Valley University. I am Sam Allen.
I'm Eric McAllister.
And we are signing off. Thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you. Watch UVU TV.
UVU TV. Tune in next time.